Hey folks, this is Erik, Janeczko, head coach of MaxMin Acceleration with your MaxMin Acceleration Minute for this week. This week's topic is about what it really takes to create lasting change. I mean, the fact of the matter is we can all get excited or motivated about something, but how long does that really last? I mean, let's be honest, it's usually temporary for most of us. You know, we went to a great sales rally, we got all charged up, we had something that happened really good in our life, and we're excited about it, and we celebrate it, but then tomorrow comes, or the weekend hits, or, you know, things don't always go perfectly according to plan. Well, when that happens, it's really easy to get deflated. But how do you make transformation that's lasting and permanent, where we become something different and better? You know, part of this comes back to an old quote by Benjamin Franklin when he said, "Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it," meaning that if we want different results, we need to create different habits. But what does it really take to transform ourselves, therefore transforming our habits? Well, we found over the years that there's what's called a 5-phase cycle of transformation. An idea to change who we are has to go through these 5 specific phases before we really are a different person because of that concept, that idea, or that strategy. And I mean, think about it. How many times have you tried this great idea that you thought of, and months later you wish you had implemented better and followed through? Well, probably because you fell off track with this type of cycle. See, first we got to be aware of an idea. What is it? What's its value? Oh, that's an interesting idea. I might want to do that at some point. The second thing we got to do is we got to dig a layer deeper. We've got to identify and take the time to learn how that strategy works. We need to understand why it has value and how its mechanics function for us to be able to execute and implement at the highest level. Of course, we've got to take action with something. I mean, knowledge is only powerful when it's actually implemented. So if we don't take the initiative to follow through on those things by taking some action and then continuing to step forward into the refinement element by going to the practice room and practicing. I mean, let's be honest, you don't pick up a cello today and play a Mozart concerto tomorrow if it's your first time picking up the instrument, right? It takes time and energy and skill. And think of any skill you've developed in this point in your life. How easy or, you know, how well did it work the very first time you tried it, and how likely was it that that stuck or that skill grew on its own without any additional effort and practice? So we need those external tools and resources, those reminders, those barriers on the highway of life that keep us going on the right path and following through over time. But eventually, through the external and internal accountability and the intestinal fortitude to stay the course and continue to refine and practice, eventually we no longer need those external reminders or tools to be able to continue to do the activity the right way every time, or at the best practice level every time. In other words, it's become automated behavior or autonomic. We don't have to think about it anymore. It is just the first most natural thing that we do in the execution of that strategy. So if you think about how to take those key ideas and create the action plan that's going to help you follow through on those ideas, share that action plan with somebody you trust and care about and respect, and ask them to follow up with you regularly as you're going through this development project course, you have a much higher chance of following through and executing those ideas so that you will be a transformed individual as a direct result. So there's your MaxMin Acceleration Minute for this week. We wish you all the greatest success in implementation, and if there's anything I or the rest of the team here at MaxMin Acceleration can do to enhance that process, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'll see you on a future minute.